We're doing our instructional video on predicting a plot, where you show the classroom a book and then ask them what do they think is happening on each picture before you go on to a different picture. And
Today we have chosen The Arrival to use to predict what's going to happen next in this story. So I'm going to begin with allowing the student to read the first page and tell me what's going to happen next. So from this picture, what do you think is going to happen? Or what do you think is happening in this picture?
well, from the looks of it, the parents are actually packing up stuff. Like they're wrapping up the picture frame and putting it in a suitcase.
All right, so what do you think is going to be pictured next?
Maybe they'll showing where they're moving to, or they're finding a new location.
Alrighty, so let's turn to the next page. Let's see. Alrighty, now we see the daughter. So what do you think is about to happen now?
Well, it looks like they're about to move, but is that a monster?
Yeah, that's a monster. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a dragon. I'm hoping.
It looks like a tail.
So from what we can see, the family is leaving their house. Alrighty, so let's move on to the next picture. Righty, so it seems like
That's lady. So, or it's more than one.
so it seems like their town is riddled with creatures, monsters, you could say. So what do you think is going to happen next?
Maybe we see one of the monsters. And why they're moving?
Maybe we might. Oh, so it's back to the family. So what's going on in this sequence?
I see a crane, and the little girl, she wants to cry.
Oh no. So from what it seems like,
they're actually leaving.
The father is actually leaving. It seems like to me the father's leaving. I think that he's leaving to go on an adventure. Yep.
So the daddy left.
So the dad.
It's keeping on with the monsters. Why?
So it seems like the mom and the daughter ended up going back by themselves while the father left to do whatever he's going to do. So let's go on to the next part of the story. So it seems like he's going to miss them a lot. He's even on the train. He's even put their picture up.
Is he about to go to war with the monsters or something?
We do not know. We have to continue reading to find out. Yeah, so this is going to show, well, this is showing him on the boat. He ended up getting on a boat. I don't remember seeing back here. Yeah, he's on a boat now. I don't remember seeing him get on a boat.
Oh.
So he must have got off the plane, well, not the plane, the train, and he ended up getting on a boat. So he's traveling on this boat. So what do you think is going to happen next?
Maybe he's getting a new location away from the monsters.
True. Maybe.
I see a lot of clouds.
It seems like he was on this train for a while. Boat. Seems like he's been on this boat for a long time. So let's go on to the next page. So he's not the only one on this boat.
There's
a lot of people on this boat.
I don't see any kids no more though.
Me neither. I don't see any children at all.
Let's see. There's another crane. Maybe
so
he's going to send it to his daughter again.
So what do you think is happening here?
Maybe he's getting closer to the location. And it looks like he's writing a letter. And maybe he's going to send a crane to his daughter as a letter.
Nice. So it seems like there's some birds flying on this, near this boat. So maybe they're close to where they need to be at. Let's see what's going to happen next. Oh, man.
This is kind of look like Statue of Liberty, but there's two.
It looks like it's like they're making an agreement or they're having a treaty, because don't you see right here where they're having these plates? That could be tea, fruit.
Or maybe he's going to a new country to trade and work.
Maybe. Let's see what's going to happen next.
The boat people.
So what do you think is happening here?
They actually got to the location like when the immigrants came to the United States.
Yeah, we're making a connection to what's really happening in the real world.
Maybe he's going to a new location so he can get away from the monsters and he can come.
So we're going to continue reading this and getting until we get close to the end. We're going to continue. Alrighty, so we already read the rest of the story, and now we're up to the end. So what's happening here?
It looks like he's running towards something, and the mom is looking back, and so they got to him.
Yeah, and from what it seems like earlier in the book, this was the way that the father traveled to get to the new place that he was at. And it seems like the daughter and the mom ended up getting inside of this, and they've traveled to where the father's at. So let's move on to the next one. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think the father is going to get back with the family?
Maybe, maybe not. It looks like he wants to stop running towards them, but they keep yelling for each other. Like he's like, wait, and she's calling towards him. He's doing like, wait up or wait for me, and she's calling out towards him.
All right, let's go move on to the next page. Okay, so seems like he ran quite away.
They got to. They're together now.
And then they ran from right here at that little box to over here. So it seems like the father has met up with the daughter and the mother. Let's move on to the next one. What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to live with him or are they going to leave?
Maybe they're going back in time because this is the time machine and maybe they're not going to be able to stay that long.
Let's see.
So they're together down here.
So it seems like they must have got back together and they're actually living in this weird place that the father's at.
That doesn't look like a crane anymore.
We're going to see him in a minute. We already saw him before. It was his little creature that was with him. He found them inside of the basket. Remember from before. Okay, so let's move on to the next page. So it seems like they're having family dinner. It does look like a rat. It really does. But he seems to be very caring and taking care of this little girl. So what do you think is going to happen next?
Maybe he's going to grow up with her as her pet.
Maybe. We'll see. But from what I'm seeing in this picture, it seems like they're about to go on an adventure because he got her hat, she put on her boots, she put on her hat, and they're running outside.
Like she's catching time. It looks like a little. See, this looks like a little clock. Maybe she's catching time.
Maybe. Let's see. So they're running out into the city. So what do you think is happening here from looking at this picture?
She's asking questions. So maybe she is looking for something.
Maybe
she wants to go find something.
Maybe. And from what it seems like, she's run into a new little friend down here. And they're talking to each other. Maybe they'll become good friends. What do you think?
Or maybe she's just really lost and asking for directions.
Maybe. And this is the last page.
New directions. Oh, or maybe she's looking for directions. And maybe she's wanting to come live how she does.
Maybe.
And maybe. The animals.
Maybe she's like the father, how at the beginning of the story, he was trying to find a bed, a place to stay, and
figure out why this animal kept attaching to him.
Exactly. So with this activity, you'll be able to have the students not only predict, but also think of what's going on in all the sequences of the story. This story right here is kind of long, so I personally wouldn't use this in a classroom with younger children.
Probably high school, since they'll probably be able to understand this a little bit more and be able to pick out information that a little child wouldn't, and be able to make an even bigger story out of this one, since this book doesn't even have words. So you're basically going on your own opinion, what you think is going on.
And with this, I believe that mystery stories and adventure stories would be the best to use with this strategy. I think that if you just did a book where they just sat somewhere and they talked, I don't think that a student would really find this to be engaging or exciting to do.
And also, a good thing about this book not having words is if you have a picture book that has words, some with your early readers, they could probably pick out words and actually be like, okay, so this is going on right now, and this is what's going to happen on later, instead of just focusing on the pictures and thinking, oh, it's going to happen, compared to them actually reading the words on the page.
Exactly. I think that this is it's a wonderful strategy to use in the classroom. So the students not only learn how to read, but they also know how to use their illustrations to find out what's actually going on in the story. They're able to actually stop, think about what they just read, and then look at the picture to see what's being depicted on the picture and see what's actually going on.